whereas this is really different for boys.
What kind of reputation do you think girls get?
Not a good one. And then that's when they get like called names, like slags and tarts. And other girls tend not to speak to them if they can help it. They become really isolated because you don't really want to be seen with them because you might be branded a slag as well.
Tilo, as a guy, do you think that the pressures are very different for boys as opposed to girls to be sexually aware?
I think so. I think they try desperately to be seen as sort of men of the world, you know, with a lot of experience and knowledge. I think that's definitely a factor.
Do you think boys in general, in a situation where they are sexually aroused, feel a great physical need, or do you actually think they feel, I just want to be loved, I just want to be held?
When you're young, I think it's more a physical need. It's more to do with your body than your emotions, I think. When you're younger, certainly, it's a lot more of a physical thing.
For girls, do you think that the physical need is greater than the need to feel loved and to be held?
No, I think it's more emotional. The need to feel loved, the need to feel wanted by someone. I think it often scares the boy a little bit as well because the girl wants more. She wants to be like held and loved, and I think this frightens the boy a little bit.
Let's move on to look at the consequences that there are around for girls who are sexually active. What do you think's around for them? What do you think they worry about?
Well, obviously pregnancy.
Do you think that's paramount to girls?
Yes.
What about for guys?
I think they worry a lot about pregnancy, the issue of getting a girl pregnant.
Now, what about disease? We haven't discussed disease, and yet, you know, all around we're hearing about AIDS. Is that a consequence that you think is around for young teenagers nowadays? You know.
I think definitely. I think you certainly have to take that into account before you enter into a physical relationship.
Well, did that sound familiar to any of you?
Yeah.
It did it? Well, Tilo and Lynn then went on to talk about the possible consequences if a young person gave in to some of the pressures that were around and ended up having sex. Let me ask you, what do you think some of the possible consequences or risks might be if a young person ended up having sex? Can you think of any? Ines?
The fear of being found out, and you'd feel a bit guilty, and that could lead to being sad and unhappy.
It could affect the way friends and others felt about the person. A risk of pregnancy.